Hello, welcome back. I have a Serbian knife blank that I purchased from Barr and Forge. That's at barrandforge.com. And typically with this blank, you could go straight to a grinder, grind in some bevels, go to the drill press, drill some hole for some pins, and you're going to have you a Serbian knife. But I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of forging on it. I see a lot of these with a finger hole up in the front, so we're going to go ahead and do that, forge that in. We're going to forge in a bevel, try to get more of a rounded edge versus a straight edge, and we might change the geometry on the handle a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this in the forge and get it hot and get started. Alright, so we're going to start with the handle first. I'm going to try to bend that up a little bit. Alright, so usually when you're doing any kind of cleaver, you're going to do some stock prep. Because although it can be done, taking a piece of metal this wide and trying to isolate a handle, it takes a lot of beating. It puts a lot of stress, like right in here, and usually wind up with cracking. And most of the time that cracking gets ground out, but usually when you're making a cleaver, you're gonna do some stock removal cutaway when you start, so having a blank makes it ideal. Now we're gonna come back here to the back, try to push that back down. Something like that. Alright, so now we'll start with the bevels. Starting the back here. Right now I'm just doing the very edge. Then we'll work our way up. We're just going to go as high as the cutout here. Alright, we'll get on the other side. Alright, keep going here. So what you're going to see as we move up the blade, it's going to flare that down, probably in the front too. And hopefully create a little bit of a belly. Alright, so that took a few heats without you. Start to clean this up. Get some of those hammer marks out from the rounder. So it moved up a little bit. Not a whole lot. We'll clean that up some more. Maybe we'll get a little bit more swoop out of it. Alright, now it's time to really screw some stuff up here. I did mark it. And here it is right here. Alright, so I'm drifting a hole now because if I would have drifted it before the bevel, it would have turned it into an oval. Which on regular cleavers that I make, I always drift the hole first and then I do the bevel because it takes that round hole and it kind of oblongs it, and I just like the way that looks. But in this one, we're not really going for that. We're just going to make a round hole for your finger to go in. I think some traditional cleaver blanks would be awesome. That way, if you want to make a cleaver, whether you want to do stock removal or forging, you're right into the good stuff without a bunch of stock prep. Oh, get over here. Let's see if I can shear that in a black heat. Probably not. Oh. Where's the thingy? Where's the thingy? It's gonna take one more heat. I'll go ahead and knock that out. Yeah, so all that would have to be on a cleaver blank is just a rectangle with a handle on it. Then the maker can decide whatever he wants to do with it after that. Just an idea. Alright, so let's go ahead and drip that out. Alright, so I can take it up to about 3/8 of my Pritchett hole. If I can find it. Well, at least with the cleavers, if they were to do something more with that, they wouldn't have to face the scrutiny of the flat, pointy, sharp things, because they don't meet all the criteria. They're only flat and sharp. Damn thing. Okay, I'm going to drive this through, hopefully. Man, that surface gets off one heck of a radiant temperature. See my gloves smoking? It's a lot of surface area to be that hot. Alright, let's see if we can get it through there. Alright, yeah, about right here. Alright, we'll just leave it right there for now. Finish drifting it out. Or, nah, I think I'm going to go ahead and hammer it down some more. Alright, so where I drifted that out, it has raised this handle quite a bit. And I'm going to correct some of that now. If I try to do it after I'm finished drifting, I might distort that finger hole. So that's good for now. Let's go ahead and hopefully finish drifting this thing out. Alright. Find the hole. Sparkly. Alright, so we're almost at the end of the drift. This is just my bottle opener drift. There. I guess it's going to come off. There it goes. Look at that potato chip. All right, let's get the other side. Last time. I think I should be about there. Yeah, that's as far as I can go. So this is pretty much just my bottle opener drift. Go ahead and hit it from this side. So we'll stop there. May have to do a little bit of grinding on the thingamajiggy. So let's see what I can do now. I think I'm just going to do some straightening up. Kind of get back on track. Kind of squared that off a little bit. Might see if I can't work on that a little bit. Alright, let's get back in there. Alright, so I'm going to work on this handle a bit more. I kind of put that in the wrong spot a while ago. I think that little adjustment made a big difference. So it stretched it right there and kind of got rid of that nice little cup in there. I think I'm just going to have to massage that with a little bit of grinding. So I'm going to go ahead and just do some final forging, get some hammer marks out, knock some scale off. I'm going to get it in the vise, get everything straightened up. Then I think we're going to be ready for the profile on the grinder. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start to straighten it out. I'm going to start here at the edge first. I'm going to get right up the top of the angle. That way the angle steel here will V. Really get that edge nice and straight. And then we'll work down the rest of the knife. Yeah, I never showed you on my vise. Man, I really like this thing. 135 bucks. Couldn't ask for a better one. Ugh. And it's got some leverage. Alright, so I'm going to stop the forging here. Just did a couple of normalization cycles, straightened it out in the vise. So far so good. I just don't like the way that looks. I wish it was, I might be able to grind into it, but we'll see how much metal I got there. I got about a ½ inch, so I like to just radius that a little cleaner versus having a straight section right there. What I should have did was, when I marked the hole for the finger, I put my hand in the handle and kind of pointed where my pointer finger would go. I should have actually went at least 1/4 inch beyond that, and then I could have ground that in and made it look real nice. I mean, we still might be able to do it. We'll see. But yeah, the hole should have been over. I didn't anticipate the what it was going to do. I mean, it don't look bad, but I don't know. I just don't. I like the way it looked before. All right, so I'm not gonna lie. The grind didn't go quite like I wanted it to. I was gonna do a forged finish on the flats, but when I was grinding in the bevel, I got too high and messed it up. So I just went another route, and I just ground all the forging scale off. So this is what it wound up being after the grinding. The hole turned out pretty nice. It was actually in a pretty good spot. It was a little bit on the thin side, but I think it'll go through heat treat okay. About 1/16 of an inch thick. I'm only gonna quench the edge. So got the forge going, get ready to preheat the oil. I'm gonna try oil first. I believe this is some sort of tool steel. So we'll try oil first and see if it hardens. And if not, we'll try water, but I think we'll be fine. So I got another knife here to harden heat treat too. So. Alright, so this is really thin. It's not going to take very long. So I went down to the local home and farm. It's already tweaking a little bit. I guess they're going out of business. Which is sad, but I was able to pick up a whole bunch of handles at half price. So I got my vise ready here. I have a feeling this thing's gonna get all wonky. Yeah, I ground it too thin. I almost lost it because what I was trying to do didn't work out on the grinder. But it's alright. See what happens. Oh yeah, thing and all kinds of crazy. I think we're gonna lose this one, guys. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose this one. Gonna be a loss. It's way too thin. Done. ain't gonna happen. Well, it's a whole day pissed away. Alright, so I guess you kind of figured out what happened. I was hopeful to get it through the quench. It was ground really thin. I had a mishap when I was grinding it. I was wanting to do just a forge finish on the flats and just grind in a bevel, but I had a mishap. I had a really bad gouge roll up in it because I laid it on the belt wrong, and by the time I got all that ground out on one side, and yeah, it got pretty thin. I was trying to just get something out of it, and I actually liked the way it looked, but it was just way too thin to go through heat treat. I was hoping, thought maybe just quenching the edge could get it through, but this thing started to warp as soon as it went in the fire, so it really didn't even stand a chance. But the good news is, I really like the way that it turned out, the way that it looked, so I'm going to go ahead and order 2 more of these. And I'm going to get this order put into barrunforge.com, and that's BARRUN.com. So I hope I did that right for you, Troy. Yeah, I'm going to get 2 more of these ordered. I'm going to give this another shot, and hopefully get it through the grinding the bevels in with no problem. And yeah, I'm going to give it another shot, but I'm going to go ahead and post this. And this is just the way it goes sometimes. I spent the day pretty much working on this, thinking it was going to be a pretty easy gig, but yeah, all the way up to the point where I got that deep gouge in it on the grinder, it was. So stuff like that happens sometimes, and that's just the nature of what we do and how we do it. So no complaints. I'm sure this is going to wind up on the chimes of shame. Good news is it does harden really good in oil, so didn't have to took the guesswork out of that pretty quickly. So you can tell when it's hardened because it gets nice and brittle, gray. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and shut this day down, and hopefully tomorrow start off fresh and put this out of my mind. So I want to thank y'all for stopping by. Remember, check out Barr Forge, BARRUN.com. If you're interested in blanks like this, they got a whole bunch of other styles of blanks, and you can get stuff that's already made, ornaments, axes, everything, the whole 9 yards, the full gambit. So, and yeah, thanks for stopping by. And this will not be up for sale at my Etsy store, so don't even bother looking for it. And we'll see you on the next one.